Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to play the Walk of Life. I recently had a request for the Walk of Life by Dire Straits from the 1985 album, and it's a great song. It's got some great melodies on there, and of course no fiddle, but there's lots of room for the fiddle to do useful things, and probably the most useful thing is going to be replacing the keyboard lines. So as usual with playing a song like this, it does depend on who you're playing with, on what the lineup is. So if you already have an organ player, then most of what I'm going to tell you is going to be redundant. But I'm guessing it'll be a more standard band, maybe even just a singer guitarist and yourself. So there's lots to add in terms of melody lines and possibly rhythm as well. So we start off with an intro, which is played on the solo organ, and I'll just show you how that goes. Now that intro sounds great on the organ, it does not sound great on the fiddle, and especially solo fiddle. It's not going to be great. Adding harmonies is not going to help very much. So my suggestion would be skip that. I'd call it a pre-intro. You've got plenty of proper intro coming up, so yeah, if you have to, then do that, but I would skip it. So we then get to the main melody of the whole tune, which is this. And round again. So it's a simple enough melody. It's mostly pentatonic. Yeah, in fact it's all pentatonic. We're in the key of E, by the way, so we start with this, a G sharp. And I would recommend the slurring that and that. And this, and here, and here. We've got a little line here, that little baritone, which is played very gently, possibly on the left hand of the organ, and not all the time. But I think it's well worth adding that. The whole thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's 8 bars long, and it doesn't resolve, so it goes straight back to the repeat. Like that. So let's just hear that a couple of times with the backing. 2, 3, 4. So it then repeats again, and that's where the full rhythm comes in. And if someone else is playing the melody, then at this point you might want to do some kind of rhythm, and that could be just that'd be the simplest thing. If you can do proper chopping, that's going to be really useful, and this especially if it's just you and a guitarist. So that's going to add a lot to the rhythm. But you could also, if someone else is playing the melody, you could play the harmony which comes in. So the harmony is a third above or a sixth below. So let's take it a sixth below. So we're starting on a B note. Let's just hear, I'll play once the lower harmony and once the upper harmony. So here's the lower. And that time I did, the last time I did the harmony, and I added open string drones. So an E above the B, an E above the A, F sharp below the D sharp, E above the A, you could add harmonies to the main or first melody, but I think they're not quite as effective. Okay, then we get into the verse, and what the organ is doing is sustained chords. So we'd, for the E chord, do a first finger on the B, a third finger on the G sharp, and then take your third finger off, put your second finger down, and then first finger on both notes, third finger back up, and then keeping your first finger on, put your second finger on the C sharp. That's for the A chord, and then back to first over first, second over first, and then there's a little guitar fill, which I think is quite fun to do, unless the guitarist is doing it. So the phrase is first finger on A sharp, right up next to the nut, a second finger next to it doing a B note, open E, second finger again playing a B, open A, G sharp, so you could leave that out, but that's quite nice. And then carrying on with the chords, 4 over 3, 3 over 2, 4 over 3, 2 over 1. Another little fill. That's E, B, B, D natural, C sharp, B, 2 over 1, 3 over 2. And then you're back to the melody just once with no repeat. Okay, so I'm going to take it from the beginning. We'll do, I'll leave out the pre-intro. I'll do the intro, add the harmony, we'll go into the sustained chords for the verse, and that melody bit.
Yeah.
Now we then have another verse, the riff twice, another verse, riff 4 times. I think you probably don't want to do that every time. Again, depending on who else is playing, whether you might want to be adding rhythm rather than texture. So that might be good, or that kind of stuff. Let me just show you that pattern. So it's down, up, lift off, chop down. And you get a sound as you go down and also as you come up. I've got a video on chopping. It's not something you would pick up overnight. It's a lot of work to get to chopping. But in a situation of yourself and a guitarist, it is really helpful, filling in for the absent drummer. Okay, I'm going to play it one more time. This time I'm going to mess around quite a lot more, and I'll even give myself a solo. The number of people who will have played fiddle solos on the Walk of Life, I suspect, is limited, and I am not one of them up until now. Okay, you may have noticed I went a bit country at the end there. For some of the backup, I was doing the Georgia Shuffle, which in a country band would sound really good, I think. And it's feasible you might do this in a country set. And the solo I was doing was based on the on the major pentatonic, and I do have a video about how to use the major pentatonic or the major blues scale for soloing. So thanks for watching. If you like a copy of the sheet music, do subscribe to the channel, send me an email, I will send you a PDF. And all of my PDFs are available on my Patreon page, and it's because of the Patreon that I'm able to keep these videos coming. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.